morning. I jumped in a taxi early this morning to get down to the waterfront to take some interesting images of dawn, etc. And it's blocked off by the police. A helicopter's just landed there as well. So it's in a sort of park area. I thought that would be the best place to get a view. But nope, the local police have gone, no, you're not getting in. So I'm walking around to what I think is the exhibition centre. But today is national holiday and there's police all over this area. So I don't know if something specific's happening or if it's just expecting lots of crowd, but I wasn't allowed into the park. But with a helicopter landing, I can possibly see why. So I'm just generally walking to the waterfront. I've pretty much lost the light. I've taken one image so far from the bridge. A bit disappointing. Oh, and there's loads of police here as well. This could be interesting. The area was swarming with police officers, especially access points, and crowd barriers blocked the way to the water's edge, making it tricky to get clean shots. I did though find a gap in the barriers, and I made the most of it, though the scenes weren't as inspiring as I'd hoped. My favourite shot was towards what I believe is Kowloon Peak. The image is untouched except for some clarity and contrast adjustments to the buildings, otherwise it was all just far too hazy. Still half asleep, I still hadn't realised the reason for all the barriers until it clicked. They were for the fireworks tonight, the main reason I was here in Hong Kong. With a few images of the buildings across the water and a fireboat keeping watch over a helicopter in the bag, I decided it was time to move on. After a couple of images on the street, I decided it was actually time for breakfast. I'd spotted a bakery display and I couldn't resist trying a pineapple bun and egg tart. I'd heard and learnt so much about these in YouTube videos before I went to Hong Kong. So I entered, I ordered, and I enjoyed my meal. So I found a little bakery, a little cafe, a little eatery. There was bakery stuff outside. And I remembered I've got to try things like pineapple bun, which isn't pineapple, it just looks like a pineapple. It's basically a bread roll with iced butter and an egg tart, because I've heard egg tarts are fantastic. But I've also ordered a cold drink. And they did cold black coffee, and I asked for milk, and she's offered me a milk and tea mix. So I said, yeah, whatever, let's go for it, let's try it. I want to do everything Hong Kong, let's try it. So I've got some coffee coming with tea in it, and here's my buns. Thank you. So this is the pineapple. Okay, this is a bread roll with some iced butter in it. In other words, straight out the fridge. It's quite a crunch with the butter, or my false teeth, one of the two. I wouldn't record me eating all of this, but this is interesting. God, it's good. Oh, that is really, really good. I don't really like the videos where you see people stuffing their face. So, you won't watch me eating the whole thing. You'll see me having a go at the tart in a minute. But this is good. So this is a tea coffee mix. And it's basically like the iced latte that I've been having all through China. Oh, that is good. It is incredibly refreshing. And you know you're going to get a kick from it as well, which is really good. So they give you a straw. Yep, paper straw. We're back in the land of doing things properly. So I'm stirring this up. Oh my god. So the dark at the bottom was the tea. And there's a real kick of tea. Wow, this is incredible. I would never have thought tea and coffee together would work. Kind of does. I enjoyed the top. It was very much a latte. Mix in the tang of the tea, and it's a completely different mix, different drink. Wow, that's nice. Okay, so before the mic dies completely, it possibly has died. I'm still getting something from it. Hello, hello. Let's have a go at this egg tart. Okay, it's quite soft. It's quite soft. Very crumbly. It's a very crumbly pastry. Very soft. And eggy. Definitely tastes of egg. Almost tempted to put some salt on it. Yum. The egg is good. The pineapple is better. And the drink, it's just different. And the fact it's ice cold makes it so much better. Okay. After my delicious breakfast, it was now time to go off and capture this harsh light and deep shadows that I'd seen in so many Hong Kong photos. My goal, iconic trams and bustling crowds in the morning sun. I'd visited Hong Kong before, back in 1999, but I only had time for a day tour, no tram photos back then. This short visit was my chance to remedy that. My impromptu photo walk had me wandering along Hennessy Road, searching for good backdrops for tram shots. So I'm just wandering around just now, trying to get the light. So I want to get light coming through the buildings, giving me really good contrasty images. I've used some reflected light on a tram just now, and I'm walking through where you can see sunshine, a very bright sun coming off the buildings. Now that can give you really interesting reflected light, which I say I use that for a tram, as opposed to direct sunlight. But I'm just looking to see what I can get, where I can get it. I think you even recognise where I am. Nah, no. Everything looks the same around here. I'm not far from the hotel, the current one. So that ding 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 noise means I can cross the road. So the sunshine ahead. I found myself at the huge Causeway Bay crossing, the junction of Hennessy Road, Yewo Street and Jardine's Bazaar. It's a spot marked for photography on Google Maps, though I'd stumbled upon it by pure chance. My view was towards Causeway Bay subway station, where I'd arrived the day before, though I didn't realise it at the time. I wasn't following a map, just my instincts, which had already led me astray, hence the taxi ride earlier. So I had found a spot of deep shadow beyond, and the tram's coming through. And of course what happens is the sun went in, but it's coming back out now. I've got some vehicles coming around, so let's get back to taking pictures. He's too much in shadow at that point. I need the back of his vehicle. So I've got something, I don't know if it's exactly what I want. I'm going to get hit by a bus if I'm not careful. But I'm going to move, and the reason why is it's not the best position. I'm going to move along and find somewhere else to get something similar. But I think I've lost the sun. I think it's going to get too cloudy, and we won't have that nice contrasty image that I'm after. I found a great vantage point on a circular pedestrian bridge over Yi Wo Street, right beside a tram stop. This bridge is brilliant. It connects multiple streets and different sides of the streets at the junction with Yi Wo, Pennington Street and Sugar Street. I'm not getting what I want. Alistair doesn't like not getting what he wants. If I go around here, I'll end up in the central reservation. I've got to go back down the steps that came up. I don't see any more steps down. Are there more steps down there? No, I've got to go down back where I came. Or cross the road completely to that side. Oh dear me! Finding the classic contrasty images isn't as easy as I thought it would be. Keep moving. After that, I headed along to Olympic Bridge, crossing Leighton Road. From there, I could see the curve of Irving Road, which was in deep shade except for one bright patch of light. Absolutely perfect for the shot I wanted. A few steps away, on the same bridge, I had a view right up Leighton Road, with another patch of sunlight and shadow just waiting for an iconic Hong Kong Toyota Crown taxi to pass through. I'd become quite fond of these taxis, especially since one appeared in a photo I took back in 1999. I was surprised to see they're still in use today, and they feature in many of my images from this trip. Take it easy. I've done 6,500 steps and it's only 9:15. Well, I've got to go back to the hotel, I've got to shower, shave, rest, and then move hotels. Oh, wow, hold on. This looks interesting. Looping back now, I took shots of buildings reflected in other buildings, capturing the contrast between light and darkness. By now, it was after 9 and my polo shirt was already soaked through with sweat. So I got barked at for having a hat on. Beautiful little dog. Here's a little snap that I took of it. Absolutely gorgeous, 5 months old. Absolutely mad bonkers once it started getting attention and understood that a hat is quite okay. So then I concentrated back on what I was doing and I was photographing this reflection, but I did it with this tree kind of covering most of the building, so obviously for further back. I realised I was close to my hotel, having not wandered as far as I'd thought. It was time for a shower and to pack my bags. I was booked for 2 more nights at the mini hotel Causeway Bay, but it was just too awful to stay any longer. Even a cheap hostel in Guilin was better than this and cost 1/3 as much. I am absolutely dripping. That is soaked all the way from here right up. Dripping. Drippy, drippy, drippy. Shower. I bundled my cases into a taxi and had him take me to the Charterhouse Causeway Bay Hotel, which, by happy coincidence, was closer to my friend's home and he was due to meet up with me in a couple of hours. We met up in the afternoon and set off to see the monster building, properly known as Yik Fat, in Quarry Bay on the other side of Braemar Hill. From the bus stop, we walked up King's Road, taking photos along the way before entering Yik Fat and reaching the famous courtyard. Hello and welcome back to Accessible Photography, and I'm still in Hong Kong and I'm being quite disrespectful at the moment. I'm in the monster building courtyard. There are signs up saying not to take photographs and to respect the fact it's private property.
So I'm trying not to speak too loudly. I've taken a couple of pictures of this. I've even been on my back and taken one image, but I'm going to do that again. I'm going to go further along there to get more of this back wall into my image, because I didn't really get that. That is what I'm going to be doing. So let's take a walk along there and lie on the floor for a bit. So I'm at the other end now, and I wanted to lie down on the ground, look up, so we get this wall here in place. Unfortunately, I'd forgotten when we came in, there's lots of bamboo here because they're doing some work on the side of the building. So where we in the West would use steel scaffolding bars, in likes of Hong Kong and other parts of Asia, they use bamboo. And bamboo is actually as strong as steel. It's more flexible, which is a good thing to be, and it can get erected a lot faster. So good on them, using bamboo. Reusable, renewable is fantastic. But I'm going to try and get this picture anyway. Let me put you somewhere where I can work from. It's not steel. So I'm just going to come over here underneath that thing there, move that out of the way, and I'm going to lie in the bamboo to aim up the way. Shouldn't be doing this, not at my age. Right, it took me a moment to get the focus there, but I got more of the wall, focusing on that, get it in the middle, get it nice and even, take the picture, and that's it. Oh. Woo-wee. So that's what you call dedication to the job. Oh my. So yeah, that's dedication to the photography art. Now, what I haven't said is I've got a guy today, and it's Keith, the clueless YouTuber. And he's far from clueless. I can't get this to go to the side. He's far from clueless. He's a really good photographer, and he's going to be an excellent guy today. And we are doing the fireworks tonight, and we're going to be heading
Stick around for that.
heading up a mountain very soon to do that. Catch you later.
I'm no master photographer, and I never claimed to be, and I don't use Instagram filters, so my images won't compare to many of those online. My aim was to capture the vertical living space and the claustrophobic closeness of these buildings. Space is money in Hong Kong, and if you don't have money, you live on top of each other, literally. Keith then led me back down King's Road to a spot he thought would be good for photos.
So we're walking back from the monster building, and you'll see there's a bridge behind me. Well, trams come underneath that, and you can get quite a good image, especially with a long lens. I just happen to have a long lens with me because I brought everything with me on this trip.
It's the weight training.
It's definitely weight training, yes, most definitely. I don't know how long I'm going to last with this bag. So the bag I'm using, I think I might have had it out once. I can't remember. I was saying this is its first trip. I might have used it once. But throughout the trip here, I've been using a messenger bag because it can get less in it and it doesn't weigh so much, and even that was bothering me. So this one's quite heavy. And Keith is now realising I talk so much shit and obviously edit out a hell of a lot of shit.
It's good. Well, I'm not very good at speaking to the camera myself. So.
Oh, I'm getting used to it, and in public, man. It's not easy.
It is.
But it's actually much easier with this than it is with some things, like a big camera.
It's very unobtrusive.
Yeah. And if you film with a phone, people just think you're on the phone.
Yeah.
So we're going to go further down here to another overpass, another bridge, to photograph back the way. Unfortunately, the light isn't going to be perfect. Back where we want. See if the light was catching underneath the bridge, catching a tram just as it came through, like I was trying to do this morning. That would be perfect. And I'm looking at some reflected light on the bridge over there, and the reflections are there. It's getting an image out of it. And I think people who are here a lot longer and looking for this sort of thing, they know when to come. I don't. I'm just walking around as a tourist, hoping for the best. Anyway, I've been talking way too much again. See you on the bridge in a moment.
Oh, it is? Wow.
Yeah. So for this shot, the 20mm is not going to suffice at all. It gets a nice little idea of where we are. I'm gonna have to break out the big boy. The big boy. Unlock. Zoom. And now I've got a fleet of buses in the way. Oh my god. It's like you wait half an hour for a bus and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the same time. Right, let's wait until we get a gap. Pro tip, when you want to take a photograph, turn the camera on. Ooh, wow. So I don't need to be at f11 for something like that. Okay, so I'm going for 2/50th of a second because what is coming towards me, it is moving, not very fast, but it is moving, so I want something a little bit faster. My ISO is at 400 just now, at 6.3. Practice image is nice and sharp. So all I need to do is wait for a tram. So I got a tram, but there was a bus beside it, and that just makes the image quite messy. What I really want is a tram on its own, a nice clean image, maybe a car, but I don't want a big double-decker bus there. Yeah.
Is it tighter? I think the Sport is a bit.
Yeah, it's just messy with that bus there. So, consensus is that was a messy one. Got to do it again. You know me. Hey, this guy thinks I should do verticals. Okay. Get more of the building, and I can take less of the crap in the foreground. That last image, have a look at it now. I've got a back end of a blue back end of a bus, because it's not all blue. Just the back end's blue. I don't really want that there. I want it quite clean. So, going to take the pro tip and go vertical. Maybe a little bit tighter. Right. This is really risky now. Move my focus point. Now, the last time I took an image, I felt a little bit underexposed. I've got to increase my ISO because it's just a little bit dark. I'm now at 200 mils. Actually, I want to take that up a fraction, 250. So 500th of a second. That's looking okay. I can read the bank sign there. Oh, there's a tram going up the way. Yeah. It stopped. And then I missed one. I missed that one.
That was a bit too fast.
Yeah. So the tram stopped, and then there's a tram in front of it, but it's one of the dark coloured ones and they just don't stand out. I'd rather have a lighter coloured tram. Okay, that was alright, but it could be better. Again, I'm concentrating on where the focus point is, even though the focus point is off to the side, and it means my framing is quite bad. Yep, I can live with that. I can work with it. We're going to go back to the hotel now because Muggins here forgot the ring that goes on this, the collar for the tripod, and we're going to need that tonight.
Next, we searched for food because this was going to be a long night. Keith knew the area well, having worked nearby, but his favourite eatery was closed for the national holiday. No problem though, there were plenty of other options, and we ate at a chain restaurant. The food was good, and Keith was amused to see me using chopsticks. I must admit, I've used them before in Chinese restaurants, so I had some practice. Here's a little view of me eating with chopsticks on the boat to Yangshuo. After a quick trip back to my hotel, we took an Uber to Kowloon Peak viewpoint. We arrived just as the sun was setting. I grabbed a few phone shots and some with my main camera before the egg yolk sun disappeared completely. I questioned Keith, did I ever offer to pay for this Uber? Apologies if not, I got so excited it completely left my mind to even offer.
So we've come to the top of Kowloon Peak, overlooking Hong Kong. We're really high, we're way above the skyscrapers here. It's been an arduous walk up here. You can't drive here at all. It's ignore the cars, ignore the cars. We didn't come up in an Uber. We did not come up in an Uber. We walked it, honest. Honest God. We got up to the top of this mountain, overlooking Hong Kong. Just managed to capture the sun going down, a beautiful big sun. No wonder it's so hot here. They have a bigger sun than we have in Scotland. It's much bigger here than it is at home.
It's an egg yolk.
It's a big egg yolk, yeah. And yeah, down there, behind me, down here somewhere, in about an hour and a half is the firework display for Chinese National Day. And we're going to be shooting that through the buildings and the fireworks behind. So hopefully we'll get nice lit buildings. The fireworks behind, it'll look pretty awesome. I'm struggling to even hear myself because my ears are bunged up with the altitude that we're up. I wouldn't say we came up fast, but my ears are suffering for it. But the town is now lighting up. Let me see if I can angle this down. I'm going to show you the view. It's lighting up for the evening. It's looking absolutely stunning. So this is Hong Kong lighting up in the evening with a beautiful, beautiful afterglow. The sun's just gone down, looking absolutely stunning. And I should stop talking and take some pictures for you. So we're still waiting for the fireworks at the top of Kowloon Peak. It's really dark now. I've got a torch on me so you can see me. So I think the best thing for me to do is just take pictures and show you at the end, and I'll catch up with you in a short while. I can put this camera away now and concentrate on the big camera, especially as my tripod is loosened and I'm getting a bit of a wobbly image. I've got to find a way to tighten it when I don't have the right Allen key. Okay, catch you in a little while. Bye for now.
As if the fireworks weren't going to be exciting enough, we had an unexpected visitor.
And it stopped. There it goes, there it goes. No, yes, it is very slow. Look at that, slow pan. Gorgeous slow panning. Obviously I'm going to have to oh. What was that?
It's a boar.
Holy crap.
A wild boar wandered past us just in front of the lenses. Keith quite nonchalantly said, "Oh, it's a wild boar," to which I nearly freaked out. It approached us and then it approached the group beside us that had decided to set up a picnic. It was hoping to get some of their food. They weren't having it.
take some frames.
Yeah, take screenshotable video.
Well, you can actually take. I was watching a video. I was going to say Matt Granger, but it wasn't. It was an Australian guy, and he was showing how to take screenshots. Oh, it was a Canadian guy, Simon Dupont.
Oh, Simon Dupont.
Yeah, like taking screenshots, frames out.
Pleased with my images. They looked great on the camera screen, and I prayed they would look good on the big screen back at home. Tell me what you think. Did they get them well? Are they sharp? After the fireworks, I photographed the boats heading home from where they'd been viewing the fireworks display. I tried to capture the dense tower blocks below to emphasise the city's crowded nature. Eventually, it was time for us to leave. Keith could get an Uber, which wasn't surprising given the crowds in the city below all wanting to get home. No one wanted to drive up the mountain for a single fare when they could get several in town. So, we walked down the hill, chatting and laughing all the way. Keith is exactly as he appears on YouTube. Intelligent, friendly, confident, and funny.
So we just climbed down from Kowloon Peak, rode most of the way, and then a few steps. So at one point there was a marker for 500 steps, and when we got to 0, there was more steps. But we're down now, and just to finish off, they gave us half a dozen up steps before we got to street level. We're now waiting for an Uber. There's another taxi down there. Waiting for an Uber to take us back to the hotel, and I am dripping wet, sweaty Al again, and I will sign off later because I want a pint. Catch you later. I'm tired and it's time for bed. So thank you for watching. This is Alistair with Accessible Photography, doing almost inaccessible things, saying good night, thank you for watching, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, which is hopefully going to involve taking a ferry to an island nearby. And I have no more. We'll see how things go. Bye for now. Cheers. It's beer, not whiskey.